here is one of my close personal friends from a long time, Gene Coleman, the Reverend Gene Coleman.
Not as long as David Carroll and Chip Chapman, but
no.
23 years.
Yeah, that's how long we've known each other.
Yeah, 23 years.
I was on Gene's TV show. He had a TV show on WFLI TV, Channel 53, I believe.
Yeah,
and
Coleman and People.
Yeah, Coleman and People. It was a good show.
It's a terrific show. And you know, when I did that in 1987, that's when I started, I think, in 1987. I had a young lady in my church. She was 30 years of age. She was a professional. She was a CPA.
Yeah.
And when she found out I was going to have this telephone talk show, she said, "Pastor, if you're going to have any guest on there, you need to have Tommy Jett on there." And I said, "Who in the world is Tommy Jett?" I said, "He's only the most famous radio announcer we've got." She said, "We listen to him all the time." So I followed through, and you remember I called and invited you. And at that particular time, the format was an hour long. It's on Channel 53. It was 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
So I introduced Tommy, and I always kept my guest for the first 20 minutes myself so I could talk to him. We had 5 lines coming into that TV station. Once I finished with the 20 minutes, we couldn't answer the telephone quickly enough. Everybody was calling. And we stayed for an hour later and answered the telephone calls. But then that's when we set up the first time for you to come and have all the guys from Jett Fly and all the others. Remember, we were downstairs in the big studio, and it was the same thing. We had so many people show up that we did the first hour live, and then went down to the basement and converted that into a studio and did the second hour.
Did the second show, recorded the second show.
And it's been going boom. Like ever since then.
Well, it has, really. And, of course, you know how much I value your friendship, and you've been there for me both in the down times and the up times, and that's what friendships are all about.
That's
of course,
what
that's
friends are for.
What we started the Tommy Jett Entertainers reunion. It was all about friends, and you know the thing I'm most proud of is the opportunity to bring friends together that hadn't seen each other in many years, and some of them that was the last time they saw each other was at one of our reunions, you know, and that's what means so much to me. Outside of my God and my family, I said this before, my friends are the most important thing in my life, and I've tried to show it as much as possible down through the years, and I know God will continue to bless me as He has you.
Yeah, He has blessed me.
He knows what was.
I was talking to Ben Cagle and to Chipper and David over the years, and what we want to say. We know this is not your last show, but the last show on this station is that we have concluded that you don't know who you are. I mean, you know that you're Tommy Jett, but you've been Tommy Jett for 69 years.
Yeah,
so you only know Tommy Jett. So there's no way you can recognize the unique charm and it's the influence you've had for almost 50 years. Can you imagine how many people that's influenced?
I don't know. I can't relate to that. And I was telling Lynn a few minutes ago that people compliment me, and I appreciate the compliments. I appreciate it. But as far as me being able to comprehend it and the way that they express it is quite difficult for me and hard for me to know what to say and how to say it, you know.
Well, city mayors, county mayors, judges, police chiefs, doctors, attorneys, they all grew up listening to Hey Now and flying on the Jett Fly and things of that nature. And it's had I know when I was a kid growing up, we had a guy by the name of Dusty Shaver. Didn't have any kind of talent. He was just a personality.
Yeah.
But he was on the air every morning, and I remember his routines to this day.
Yeah.
Because he was our buddy, he was our pal, and that's how you are. And you're a legend, but you're our living legend, and we hope you're around for years to come because it's in your heart. That's what it's all about. And look who you draw around you. Well, people draw like precious people, and you can't get any better than we've had.
No, you can't get any better than we've had here tonight. That's for sure. Ben Cagle for one.
They've all become my heroes.
Chip Chapman.
All of those guys have become my heroes because they're where they were. Radio announcers and radio personalities when they were young. Now they're the influences in our community.
That's true.
The definite influences in our community. I'm proud to be a part of it.
Yeah,
I'm proud to be a part of the whole thing.
I am too, and Chattanooga's been so good to me, down through the years. It's hard. Thank you seems like not really a strong enough word to use, but it about the only word I can think of, is appreciate and thanks.
Yeah, I just want you to be careful because you promised me I could do your funeral, so I don't want any preliminary stuff. I got my own.
Oh no!
I'm ready for you. I've got everything all written.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. You know Leon Redbone?
Yeah.
I got him singing the last song.
Oh, you do?
We never meet again. This side of heaven.
Oh Lord, yeah. But I hope it's. I don't know what the future holds, but I know who holds the future.
Yeah, amen, brother.
And I'm ready anytime. But I'd like to postpone it if I could, a little while. but that's not up to me. That's up to.
I can tell you one thing a
God.
pastor learns. A pastor learns very quickly that everybody wants to go to heaven. They just don't want to go in the next load.
Don't want to be in that next load, do they?
You know, there are people dying today that never died before.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, did you know the chances are if your mother and dad had children, you might also?
Yeah.
I got this from a Jimmy
That's
Swaggart
way ahead of
correspondence
me.
course, but did you know that 100% of all widows lose their husbands because of death?
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, and in Tennessee, did you know that 50% of everyone that legally gets married in Tennessee are women?
Yeah. You're like Bob Harrington.
Well, I got that from Jimmy Swaggart.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You got
Well,
that
those
Jimmy-
percentages are changing.
Yeah.
You notice I use the words very
Very carefully.
who legally get married
Yeah, who legally get married.
in Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, listen, we know you're in a hurry. We're sorry we kept you here so long without getting you. Well, you've been on the air before on this show, but
I'm just happy to be a part of it and happy
Well-
to be here with our dear friends.
yeah, that's what it's all about.
And David reminded we'll be getting together in December for the Radio
For
Awards
Radio
thing.
Warriors thing, yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
I love you, Tommy Jett. I
love
appreciate
you
you so
too.
very much and what you've done for this community for the last 50 years. I'm just glad I shared earth and time and life and breath the same time you did while I was here. I do. I really love you and I
God
appreciate
bless
you. You know I do.
I know you do.
God
I
bless
appreciate it. You've always been there for me. Thank you so much. Gene Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, the pastor of the Carpenter's Cowboy Church. And that is held at
The Jukebox Junction Theater at the Chattanooga Choo Choo, 1400.
Yeah. I got to start coming back.
Yeah,
down
you started this thing, you scoundrel.
I know it,
And it started in a radio production room, if you can believe this.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
church started in a radio production, not the reproduction room.
No, the
That's before our
production,
time.
that's true, yeah.
Radio production room
Yeah.
with you and Larry Mason and I, and that's where it all started 15 years ago, Tom.
15 years ago. A long
15
time.
years ago.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I love you, bud.
I love you too. Thank you so much. Gene Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, one of our very special guests and one of my dearest friends, and we certainly appreciate him coming by and making some comments concerning this event, which is the last radio show on this radio station, 98.1 The Legend.